So I made a mistake. I made a mistake in regards to the HD trucks. So I want to clarify some things today with that. I've got an update on the HD trucks. I've also got some good news today though, so it's not all bad news. With that though, let's get going. Okay, so here's the thing. I pride myself on knowing my product inside and out when it comes to the Chevy Silverados, GMC Sierras. And obviously, I always try to bring you the most accurate news humanly possible, but sometimes we make a mistake. And I don't even know if I would consider this as much a mistake as it was misinformation that I had. And then just the market and the way things are changing, things have changed. And it's in regards to the 2500 and 3500 HD Silverado Sierras, and we're going to talk about that in a second. But what I want to talk about first is a crazy, crazy story. I'm going to go real quick about it. But did you hear about this young fellow down in Texas? I believe his name was Riley Leon. He was driving a Silverado. A tornado came along, actually flipped the Silverado on its side, scraped it, blew the windows out, but anyways, basically demolished the truck, obviously. It flipped back over, and he was able to drive it away. So first and foremost, like a rock, right? Totally insane, totally crazy that A, he's okay, and B, that the truck was, still driving. So pretty impressive in terms of that. What's equally impressive, and here's the good news aspect to it, is Chevrolet has stepped in. Now check this out. What it's saying here is Chevrolet, together with Bruce Lowry Chevrolet of Fort Worth, Texas, are donating a 2022 Chevrolet Silverado 1500 LT All-Star Edition in cherry red, of course, to match his, to Riley Leon and his family after he survived a powerful tornado while driving in his Silverado. We're obviously thankful he's safe and commend his driving skills during a frightening situation. What's more so to this, and I'm very happy to see, is they are also, Chevy Cares is going to be donating $50,000 to the American Red Cross Disaster Relief Fund. So first and foremost, my heart goes out to all those people in Texas, anybody that's been affected by this tornado. And huge thanks to Chevrolet, Chevy Cares, and also, Bruce Lowry and Chevrolet in Fort Worth for stepping up and helping this young gentleman out on top of everything else. So that was kind of a bad news turning to good news story. Another quick thing I want to show you very quickly is my good friends from James Wood Motors in Decatur, Texas. They shared with me some pictures of a new style. This is half ton, by the way, not 2500, but a new style 1500 Trail Boss in the white, which I really like. It looks very sharp. 2022 Trail Boss Silverado. I like that white color. I like the new front end. I like the black on the hood. But anyways, I just wanted to share that with you as they shared it with me. Now, on to what I was talking about a mistake I made. Now, I've been giving out some information. I had shared some pictures in the past of some updates that we're expecting to happen with the 3/4 ton trucks. And first and foremost, one of the things I shared is we are going to be seeing, a newer looking front end, much like we're seeing in the half-ton trucks. There's going to be a refreshed version of the Sierra and, of course, of the Silverado, which I know has been polarizing. Some people like it, some people hate it. But we're going to see some exterior changes, more so just on the front. There's also going to be some new models coming as well. Now, these new models come in the way of some off-road variants in terms of a ZR2 and an AT4X off-road. Now, there has been some pictures online. They're camouflaged, so there's not a lot to see, but it looks like there's going to be, a higher cut-up angle in the front, some more aggressive tires, good Wrangler territory tires. There's going to be a different suspension setup, maybe a higher end or a higher strength version of the Multimatic DSSV suspension. Obviously, we would hope they would retain the locking differential on the inside, like we're seeing with the AT4X and the ZR2, ZR2 one pedal drive, things like that. So those are things that are coming out, I truly believe. But then the other big changes, of course, that are coming are going to be within the inside of the truck. And of course, the thing that a lot of us wanted changed right over here, the 8-inch color touchscreen, that is now going to be, coming out when the refreshes come out in the 13.4-inch color touchscreen, much like we're seeing in the half-ton trucks right now. We're going to have a fully, of course, we're in Denali right now, but this is all going to be fully digital display here in front of the driver, so you can customize that a little bit. The other big thing, of course, we see in the half-tons is they have these center console shifts, so there's a shifter there. Now, there's been some pictures, some spy photos online that are showing for sure we're getting a larger screen, but they were showing the console or the column shift like we see in this HD Denali I'm in right now. Now, it could have just been a a bench seat model, and with the bench seat models, you are going to still get the column shifter and the half tons. But it could also just be that they feel like the application of the console or the column shift, might work better in the 3/4 ton trucks. As my good friends at Pickup Truck Plus SUV Talk, Tim there had mentioned in a comment I saw online, he was saying that, you know what, hey, maybe they're retaining that. If you're plowing, things like that, it might be more conducive for that kind of stuff. So that's the one thing we're not 100% sure of yet, is from that column to console shifter aspect. Now, another big change and some big news comes by the way of underneath this hood, and a story that TFL Trucks broke a while ago, and that is an increase in horsepower in the diesel motors. We're talking an increase of 170 foot-pound of torque and 60 horsepower. So that basically gives us some numbers of 1,085 foot-pound of torque and 505 horsepower. So another exciting update that we're hoping to see in the refresh trucks is right here. Now to the mistake or assumption is how I'd like to call it, or maybe just that I was misinformed, or maybe that we also have to understand that things are changing from minute to minute lately, it seems, and that is in regards to the actual model year that we're expecting this to come out. I've been touting for quite some time, as have many publications, that this is going to be a change coming for the refresh of these 3/4 ton trucks is going to be a change coming for 2023. So 2023 model year. There's some more chatter out there and some pretty reputable people that this is actually maybe going to be a 2024, not a 2023. Now, hear me out on this. First and foremost, I believe hands down the ZR2 AT4X off-road variant models will for sure be a 2024 model year. The more I've thought about this, it makes a lot of sense that they want to come out with a refresh and then probably come out with those a little bit later. I know they didn't do that the half-ton way, but this is a different animal. That's my thought on that aspect. The 2023 that I thought it would be, that maybe a 2024 on every other model, I'm still holding out a little bit of hope, a tiny bit of hope that it still might be a 2023, because they've been testing these on road for a little while now. But it also comes down to the availability of the components, right? And I don't think that they want to come out with a brand new or newer style version of this, like they are doing with the half tons, and not be able to supply. As it is, we're not able to supply much in the way of these 3/4 ton trucks, heavy duty trucks. And I'm just not sure if that's maybe what's pushing it back. So my sincere apologies for anybody who has been, hoping for this to be a 2023 model. I want to say it's 75% not going to be a 2023 model at this point, 25% perhaps, definitely for the off-road variants. If you're waiting for one of those, I just think for sure it might be a 2024 model. But, again, it's rare that I do it because I do my research as much as possible and talk to as many sources as possible. But the sources are now sounding more like we're talking about a 2024 model year for the change of these 3/4 ton trucks. Of course, if I know anything different, I hear sooner, later, whatever it is, I will always let you know on this channel. Listen, thanks so much for watching. Until the next video, everybody, you take care.